National Electrical Code Section 210.70 governs lighting outlet requirements in dwelling units. It's essential for electrical installations to comply with this section to ensure safety and functionality. While most rooms necessitate lighting outlets, specific exceptions exist. The rooms that do not require lighting outlets, according to the query, are bedrooms and dining rooms. Now, let's dissect this further, keeping in mind that local amendments to the NEC can sometimes alter these general rules. The primary aim of Section 210.70 is to ensure that occupants have adequate illumination in habitable spaces and specific other locations within a dwelling. This promotes safety by minimizing the risk of accidents due to poor visibility. It's important to clarify what constitutes a lighting outlet. Generally, a lighting outlet is defined as an outlet intended for the direct connection of a lamp holder, a lighting fixture, or a pendant cord terminating in a lamp holder. This includes both ceiling-mounted fixtures and wall-mounted fixtures controlled by a switch. Bedrooms are primarily intended for sleeping and resting. While general illumination is desirable, the NEC does not mandate a dedicated lighting outlet controlled by a wall switch within the bedroom itself. Instead, the code allows for other means of providing illumination, such as portable lamps plugged into general-purpose receptacles. This flexibility acknowledges the varying lighting preferences and furniture arrangements commonly found in bedrooms. Bedrooms typically have general-purpose receptacle outlets installed around the perimeter of the room, and these receptacles can be used to power lamps that provide adequate lighting. Keep in mind that while a dedicated lighting outlet isn't required, many bedrooms do have ceiling-mounted or wall-mounted fixtures for aesthetic or practical reasons. However, these are not mandated by the NEC. Dining rooms, similar to bedrooms, are not required to have a dedicated lighting outlet controlled by a wall switch. The rationale behind this exception is similar to that for bedrooms. Dining rooms often feature flexible furniture arrangements, and lighting needs can be met through other means, such as chandeliers or portable lamps. The NEC allows for the use of general-purpose receptacles to power these lighting sources, providing flexibility in how the room is illuminated. It's important to note that dining rooms often have switched receptacles, which are receptacles controlled by a wall switch. These switch receptacles can be used to power lamps, effectively providing a switched lighting source without the need for a dedicated lighting outlet. However, switched receptacles are not explicitly required in dining rooms, further highlighting the flexibility allowed by the NEC. While bedrooms and dining rooms don't mandate lighting outlets, other areas of a dwelling unit have stricter requirements. Hallways, stairways, bathrooms, kitchens, and living rooms typically require at least one lighting outlet controlled by a wall switch. These requirements are based on the need for readily available illumination in areas where people frequently move or perform specific tasks. For example, hallways and stairways require lighting outlets to ensure safe passage, while bathrooms and kitchens require lighting outlets for hygiene and food preparation. Living rooms typically require lighting outlets to provide general illumination for various activities. It's essential to differentiate between lighting outlets and receptacle outlets. Lighting outlets are specifically intended for lighting fixtures, while receptacle outlets are intended for general-purpose electrical devices. While lighting can be powered from receptacle outlets, the NEC has specific requirements for the placement and type of receptacle outlets in different areas of a dwelling. These requirements are designed to ensure that occupants have access to electrical power for various needs while minimizing the risk of electrical hazards. It is crucial to refer to the latest edition of the NEC and any local amendments to ensure compliance with the most current regulations. Electrical codes are subject to change, and it is the responsibility of electrical contractors and installers to stay informed of these changes. Furthermore, it is always advisable to consult with a qualified electrical inspector or engineer if there are any questions or uncertainties regarding the application of the NEC. These professionals can provide valuable guidance and ensure that electrical installations meet all applicable requirements. Proper understanding and adherence to the NEC are essential for ensuring the safety and functionality of electrical systems in dwelling units. This knowledge can help prevent electrical fires, shocks, and other hazards. Now let's delve into some additional considerations related to lighting outlet requirements. Firstly, it's important to understand the concept of a habitable room. According to the NEC, a habitable room is a room in a building for living, sleeping, eating, or cooking. Bathrooms, toilet rooms, closets, hallways, storage rooms, and similar areas are not considered habitable rooms. The lighting outlet requirements in section 210.70 primarily apply to habitable rooms. Secondly, the NEC specifies requirements for the control of lighting outlets. Generally, lighting outlets in habitable rooms, hallways, stairways, and bathrooms must be controlled by a wall switch. This ensures that occupants can easily turn lights on and off as needed. The wall switch must be located near the entrance to the room or area, and it must be readily accessible. Thirdly, the NEC allows for the use of occupancy sensors in lieu of wall switches in certain applications. Occupancy sensors automatically turn lights on when a person enters a room and turn them off when the room is unoccupied. These sensors can be a convenient and energy-efficient alternative to traditional wall switches. However, the NEC has specific requirements for the installation and use of occupancy sensors to ensure that they function properly and do not create any safety hazards. Fourthly, it's important to consider the type of lighting fixtures that are installed in a dwelling unit. The NEC has requirements for the listing and labeling of lighting fixtures to ensure that they meet safety standards. Lighting fixtures must be installed in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions and the NEC. It's also important to ensure that lighting fixtures are properly grounded to prevent electrical shocks. Fifthly, the NEC addresses the issue of lighting in unfinished basements and attics. Unfinished basements and attics typically require at least one lighting outlet controlled by a wall switch. This provides illumination for maintenance and storage activities. The lighting outlet must be located in a readily accessible location. Sixthly, the NEC has specific requirements for outdoor lighting. Outdoor lighting can enhance safety and security. The NEC requires that outdoor lighting be controlled by a switch located inside the dwelling unit or by an automatic control device. This allows occupants to control outdoor lighting as needed. Seventhly, it's important to consider energy efficiency when selecting and installing lighting fixtures. The NEC encourages the use of energy-efficient lighting technologies such as light-emitting diodes or LEDs. LED consume less energy than traditional incandescent bulbs and have a longer lifespan. This can result in significant energy savings over time. Eighthly, the NEC addresses the issue of emergency lighting. Emergency lighting is designed to provide illumination during power outages. The NEC requires that emergency lighting be provided in certain types of buildings, such as hospitals and nursing homes. Emergency lighting must be powered by a backup power source, such as a generator or battery system. Ninthly, it's crucial to ensure that all electrical work is performed by qualified and licensed electricians. The electrical work can be dangerous, and it should only be performed by individuals who have the necessary training and experience. Licensed electricians are familiar with the NEC and can ensure that electrical installations are safe and compliant. Tenthly, it's always a good idea to have electrical installations inspected by a qualified electrical inspector. Electrical inspectors can identify potential safety hazards and ensure that electrical installations meet all applicable requirements. Inspections can help prevent electrical fires, shocks, and other hazards. Furthermore, let's consider some practical examples to illustrate the application of NEC section 210.70. Example 1. A homeowner is renovating their bedroom and wants to install a ceiling fan with an integrated light fixture. While a dedicated lighting outlet controlled by a wall switch is not required in the bedroom, the homeowner decides to install one for convenience. The electrician installs a new lighting outlet in the ceiling and connects it to a wall switch located near the entrance to the room. The ceiling fan and light fixture are then installed according to the manufacturer's instructions and the NEC. Example 2. A restaurant owner is designing a new dining room. The owner wants to create a warm and inviting atmosphere with dimmable lighting. The owner decides to install a combination of recessed lighting, pendant lights, and table lamps. The recessed lighting and pendant lights are connected to dimmer switches, allowing the owner to adjust the lighting level to suit the mood. The table lamps are plugged into general-purpose receptacles located around the perimeter of the room. Example 3. A building owner is constructing a new office building. The building includes numerous hallways and stairways. The NEC requires that hallways and stairways have lighting outlets controlled by wall switches. The electrician installs lighting outlets at regular intervals along the hallways and stairways. The lighting outlets are connected to wall switches located at the entrances to the hallways and stairways. Example 4. A homeowner is building a new deck. The homeowner wants to install outdoor lighting to illuminate the deck at night. The NEC requires that outdoor lighting be controlled by a switch located inside the dwelling unit or by an automatic control device. The homeowner installs a switch inside the house that controls the outdoor lighting. The homeowner also installs a photocell, which automatically turns the outdoor lighting on at dusk and off at dawn. In addition to these examples, it's important to be aware of the common misconceptions regarding lighting outlet requirements. One common misconception is that all rooms must have a ceiling-mounted light fixture controlled by a wall switch. As we have discussed, this is not the case. Bedrooms and dining rooms are exceptions to this rule. Another common misconception is that switch receptacles are always required in dining rooms. While switch receptacles are often installed in dining rooms for convenience, they are not explicitly required by the NEC. A further misconception is that occupancy sensors can be used in all locations in lieu of wall switches. The NEC has specific requirements for the use of occupancy sensors, and they are not permitted in all locations. To summarize, NEC Section 210.70 provides specific requirements for lighting outlets in dwelling units. While most rooms require lighting outlets controlled by wall switches, bedrooms and dining rooms are exceptions to this rule. These exceptions are based on the flexibility in lighting design and the ability to provide illumination through other means, such as portable lamps and switched receptacles. It is crucial to consult the latest edition of the NEC and any local amendments to ensure compliance with the most current regulations. It's also essential to consult with a qualified electrician or electrical inspector if there are any questions or uncertainties regarding the application of the NEC. By understanding and adhering to the NEC, you can ensure the safety and functionality of electrical systems in dwelling units. Also, always consider the voltage drop to circuits. The voltage drop on both branch and feeder circuits should not exceed 3%. Total voltage drop on both should not exceed 5%. Following NEC Table 310.15. B16 is imperative for correctly sizing conductors. These tables provide ampacities of insulated conductors rated up to and including 2000 volts with not more than 3 current carrying conductors in raceway or cable or earth based on ambient temperatures of 30 degrees Celsius and allow adjustment factors for ambient temperature if exceeded. NEC Section 110.3. The talks about the listing and labeling requirements. Listed or labeled equipment shall be installed and used in accordance with any instructions included in the listing or labeling. Equipment is approved for a specific purpose or application must be used accordingly. When selecting wiring devices, be sure to use the correct voltage and amperage rating. Branch circuits supplying more than one receptacle or outlet, the amperage of the receptacle shall not be less than the branch circuit. For example, on a 20 amp circuit, the receptacle shall be rated 20 amps. Finally, ensure all boxes are properly sized per NEC 314.16. The volume of the box must be sufficient for the number of conductors, devices, and fittings contained within the box. Using too small of a box can lead to overheating and potential hazards. When it comes to general electrical safety, it is very important that all electrical work must comply with relevant safety standards, including arc flash protection if working on energized equipment, and the use of appropriate personal protective equipment. It is also vital to ensure that all electrical circuits are properly grounded to minimize the risk of electric shock and equipment damage. Regular inspections and testing of electrical systems can identify potential problems before they become serious hazards.